What you're going to realize here, let me tell you what's going on. Those that are in office now that are leaving and switching hands while other people are taking over, they're stealing more and more every time, every election that you see. They steal more and more on their way out. And then while the new people come in, they continue to steal even more. They just continue because their only answers are to get that free life, the free house, free living, everything paid for, luxury life paid by you, by us, you see, by stealing it, by the promising you, telling you they're going to do this and do that. But you see, you should have been already, as the planet Earth, already been living a utopian life. You should have already been getting rid of the 24-hour day. You shouldn't even have the 24-hour day. You want to even get rid of your alarm clocks, and hell with getting up at 5 and 6 in the morning to get your kids off to school and all this. You could send your kids to school at 10 o'clock instead and let them stay there 3 hours a day, get them back out at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Also, your jobs, you could be working 3-day work weeks instead of 5. No, it's just because somebody said you had to work 40-hour work weeks and 8-hour days that you feel like you got to work all this, or you got to work 2 and 3 jobs to support your families and all that. Guess what? Wrong answer. You see, it's all false. Real estate is the biggest item. No one's ever owned the land. They've been stealing ever since time began. You know, the fact that nobody owns the land, you see. That's why they continue to say that property value keeps going up, or you got to have a certain income to live here or there. It's all a lie, you see. It's all thievery upon thievery upon thievery upon thievery. You understand why they destroyed the planet, doing everything that they've done as far as construction of the world, ripping out all the trees and moving all the stone and concrete and brick and sand and every, rubber and metals. You get the general drift. You see, you should have already been living a utopian life. You got to be there now. It's free. It don't cost nothing except to not pay any more mortgage or not pay any more rent. Because why pay any more mortgage? Why pay any more rent? When it's been because they've been lying to you since the beginning of time. You understand that? You know. Why they're putting their purposely and deliberately putting everybody in the streets to be homeless, their reasons aren't making any sense. They had no authority over housing. The school is full of shit. Why go to school? Why go to college when you know they're just working for criminals? They've always been criminals, but they want you to keep distracted so they can just continue to rip you off. So, what's the answers to their lying, cheating, stealing, murdering ways, They have to live their morals. That's what they're teaching us. That's what we're supposed to be learning in their schools. This is the morals they're teaching us is that you should lie, steal, and steal, cheat, and lie, and murder. That's the morals that they're passing on to you see. Or they'll continue to rip you off and don't give a damn about us. You got to take away the servitude and all them maids and butlers and chauffeurs and don't do anything for them. Don't do their laundry. Don't do their babysitting. You got to quit all of that, you see, because that's not the responsibility of being wealthy. The more wealthy you are, the more they have to do their own damn work. You got to get out of their own fucking private residencies and get out of their gated communities and don't do anything for them because they're supposed to cut their own grass, do their own gardening, let them clean their own swimming pools and jacuzzis. They have to drive their goddamn selves. You don't do this for them, and there should be the law against that completely. No servitude. No servitude. You understand that? Well, here's the big thing now. The person that's when you're just driving every day and they mess up the world with all their damn development causing the road rage that they caused. They've made it even more complicated. They're collecting them, causing you pain and getting pleasure from it out of their court systems and jail systems and all that. They're the ones causing the pain and problems. You see. So what do you? Let's just take it from here. those people that are driving 10 miles under the actual speed limit, 10 miles under, are holding up a mile of traffic behind them. They're deliberately driving even slower than the speed limit. Whereas you got the other ones who are past the speed limit, wanting to murder you. They're in a damn hurry. Everybody's in a damn hurry because they're being ripped off and stolen from. Well, now it's everybody's guilty, even the woman and her children. That I've had too many times that I can tell you that of, that are just wanting to run me over with their kids in a car. Understandably, only a car length away from from behind me. This is attempted murder, by the way. You see. So, when we're going to talk all about staying your ground laws while you're driving your car. Now, those that are driving around at nighttime are deliberately driving with their high beams on and light beams and flashing you to get out of the way, while you might be actually driving just 5 miles over the speed limit. Over the speed limit is only acceptable fast. It is acceptable even in the fast lane that they call, that they're driving 15 and 20 more. The old days goes back to, well, 5 minutes over is acceptable. That's respectable. You're supposed to be respecting the person in front of you, and nobody's got any respect. Nobody, not even you women and children with your children. You got no respect for nobody in front of you. Whose fault is it? Well, yeah, it's definitely no problem to knowing whose fault it is. All the thieves and liars and cheaters and murderers that are in the authority business, okay, in the landowners that are lying about owning the land, and the real proof is all a big fraud. It's a lie on a piece of paper, and it doesn't exist. It's all a big lie. So what we do? We're gonna have to murder these people. They're up there trying to push on you, blow their horns, flashing their lights, and you might be actually moving past the speed limit. Guess what? They're attempted murderers, and they should be treated as such. That's why road rage is existing right now, why it's always existing now, since the invention of the automobile. Well, we're going to have to take the morals that they taught us in their lying, cheating, murdering ways. We're going to have to murder whoever it is behind us. Everybody. That includes just about everybody. I barely got 3% of 97% of the entire planet is driving in a car, pushing on the person in front of them as if they think they got authority over the person in front of you, and you don't. You don't get, no adult ever had no authority over another adult. We got psycho goddamn old people running the governments now. Past retirement don't even belong there. These people are psycho, want you to take care of them and give them servitude, wanting you to do this and do that for them. They're psycho to think that it says it right in the Ten Commandments. That's why the Ten Commandments were banned, because it's all saying no authority. 9 and 10 especially, no coveting your neighbors, no coveting this, no false witness lying about your neighbors. That's all you do. That's all the whole real estate business is all ripping you off and getting in your business, telling you how to live and so on. It's coveting your neighbor, and it doesn't belong, and that's why the world is done and is finished. So, they'll teach you, murder you. You got to start. It's time to say hell with it, and everybody murders everybody because you've all been stealing from each other. That's all you do with your lives. The more you jack up prices and call it inflation, you're in recession, whatever you call it, you're stealing and stealing and stealing more to put everybody in the streets homeless. Well, it's time to say, okay, hell with it then. You made everybody give up. It's time to murder everybody. Everybody that fucking pushes on you. That's blowing their horn. That's cutting in front of you. It's everywhere. The disease is spread from the cities to the outer cities, as far as like people blowing their horns, cutting in front of people like little children and shit. They don't want to wait in the back of the line. That's the problem with 40-hour work weeks and rush hour and morning rush hours and shit. More and more accidents and piling it up in the goddamn auto mechanic shops and the body shops. You know what? All of it's curable, all it's fixable, and they don't want to do it because they derive this pleasure from causing you pain. But it's all fixable, and you should be living the utopian life right now. But if they don't want to do it, then it's time to start murdering all the tailgaters We're going to take the oil and gas industry seriously, because they raised the gas prices because they paid off the Democrats to bury climate change. That's what's real, you see. They don't want to talk about climate change no more. They want to continue at life as it is, whereas you should have been already living utopia. Okay, go ahead and murder and destroy these people behind you in your rearview mirror. Don't matter if they're man, woman, and children. They don't belong. Nobody's teaching them nothing. The morals they're getting is the bully and to control other people. Their parents are telling them that you get to boss people around and tell them what to do over the age of 18 as an adult. You see, this the big lie, you know. Let it go. Your permission is granted. You know, they get to murder you and lock you and lie about you all the time and steal from you. That's the morals they're teaching. So you go ahead and do it too. You got permission to they can murder these people. Might as well pull off and get in the fist, because anybody can be dead as far as like somebody driving just barely half a car length off, doing 70, 80 miles, 90 mile an hour out in the big interstate, 100 miles an hour. They ain't got. All they're doing is going to cause somebody to wreck and die. That's a murder. That's a murder. You see. Or anybody that's pushing on you and you got no time. They're not. They can't blame it on you using your phone or you know not paying attention anymore. They don't belong on your fucking ass. They don't belong following you so close. And the other problem is because they're having. They got everybody working at the same goddamn times here. So this 8 to 5, 9 to 5 shit, or 8 to 4, whatever the hell it is. No, forget the, do away with the graveyard overnight shifts. Forget the 24-hour, life. Everybody needs to work 3 days a week. Never pay rent and mortgage ever again. Just to punish these people. That's how you're going to live. It brings in utopia right now, and it costs nothing to fix the climate. The proof was there in 2020 when the whole entire planet they can calm down. But no, they didn't want to accept that. They didn't want to accept that. So, oh well. Then they just give us no choice. They start murdering each other. That's exactly what they want.